For the first time in a really long time, Joe Biden did the thing he hates to do most: answer questions. Appearing at a CNN town hall last night in Baltimore, he answered questions every American wanted to know about the Democrat spending plan, COVID, and more. So let's dive right into it, shall we? Does the president think Democrats will ever get out of their own way and pass their $3 trillion plan? Watch.
I was a senator for 370 years, and I was relatively good at putting together deals. It's all about compromise. You know, compromise become a dirty word, but it's bipartisanship and compromise still has to be possible. When I ran for the president, I said I'm running for 3 reasons. 1, to restore the soul and decency in the country. 2, to build the middle class and the working class so we built from the middle out. And 3, to actually unite the country. And everybody's been saying, well, that's crazy. You can't do it. If we can't eventually unite this country, we're in deep trouble.
Bottom line, do you think you will get a deal?
I do think I'll get a deal.
Yeah, you're not getting your deal. You're not getting your $3.5 trillion deal, Big Joe. Joe Manchin's going to say no. So is cinema. You may get half of that, but that's still $1.75 trillion, folks. They're still overspending what we have. We're dead broke. They want to spend, spend, spend. But he thinks he's going to get a deal because he thinks Joe Manchin's a pushover. Watch.
Joe's not a bad guy. I mean, he's a friend. And he's always, at the end of the day, come around and voted.
Yeah. Not this time, though. I think Manchin now has put his foot down and says enough is enough. I mean, we've never had a $6 trillion spending before, let alone 7, 8, 10. How much money is he spending so far? I know he wants $3.5 trillion now. He wants 2 the other week. Get out of here. Manchin's not coming around. You're not going to get this. But you know what? Joe Biden said, remember he said he was going to cost zero. Psaki bombed us. So Psaki bomb was saying it's going to cost zero. Now this guy, Old Joe, tells us that there are 17 Nobel laureates who tell us it's going to reduce inflation. Reduce inflation? All right, listen.
But where I am is I'm hearing now, I'll turn on the news and I'll hear that Biden's caved on such a, look, Biden's a simple proposition. Biden's going to get all the elements of these 2 bills have profound impact on economic growth, reduce, not increase inflation, don't add a penny to the debt, as well as grow the economy. I have 17 Nobel laureates in economics sent me a letter recently saying that my proposals would actually reduce inflation, diminish inflation.
Yeah, okay. Same people that told you it was going to cost zero. 17 Nobel laureates, more like 17 fifth graders. And by the way, fifth graders that can't add, they're having a hard time with their education system, math. Biden says we need to invest in education, speaking of it, but all he seems to want to invest in is critical race theory. But hey, we got to invest. Listen.
And that is, and Jill uses a slightly different phrase, any country that out-educates us will out-compete us. Any country that out-educates will out-compete us. You have the vast majority of the 37 major countries in the world, economies. We rank 35 in our investment in education.
Hey, but you know what, though? We rank #1 in investing in critical race theory. No one else does it, just us. Isn't that great? Biden's too busy to go to the border, right? Listen.
Do you have plans to visit the southern border?
I've been there before, and I haven't. I mean, I know it well. I guess I should go down, but the whole point of it is I haven't had a whole hell of a lot of time to get down. I've been spending time going around looking at the $900 billion worth of damage done by hurricanes and floods and weather and traveling around the world.
What the hell is he talking about? First of all, you've never been to the border. We have proof of that. You've never stepped foot at the border. 47 years as a senator, 8 years as a vice president, about a year or so as president. You've never been to the border, Joe. I don't know what you're thinking about. You've never been there. You thought you were there? I'm not sure what's worse, lying about it or actually thinking you were there. And what's all this other stuff? I don't know. You got time to go to Rehoboth Beach. You got time to spend at home, Camp David 10 times. Go to the border, Joe. Get this talking point off my screen. But you know what? Speaking of the border, he doesn't want to prove that Trump was right about things, but even though he's starting to use some of the Trump policies. Listen.
You have kept in place under public health authority known as Title 42, which is a Trump-era policy which allows immediate or very quick return of people who have crossed over the border based on COVID protocol.
Yes. And that is, we've maintained that because of the extent of the continued extent of COVID in those countries from which people are coming. It's very, very high. And so we maintain the policy. We're not sending back children. We send back adults, and we send back large families.
Okay. So you're going to use Title 42 because Trump had it, and now you realize it was right, and you're going to bring it back instead of what you said you were going to do, stop Title 42. You're bringing it back, Trump policy. You're going to do the rest of them, too.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest-growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them. Tell them you want Newsmax TV because we're real news for real people.